Alrighty, we are back at it, doing a little tractor maintenance, but anyways, back at the roof. I think what I'm gonna do though, this round, well, I'm gonna start, is do a bunch of the welding that I said I was gonna do. Just wanna get a bunch of that zapped together. I'd like to get a bunch of the inside zapped together, would be super nice. I kinda set up our little laser dealio, because you can just weld like the dickens. Bet you I can spend about a half hour and have most of that welded up, provided there's no gaps, but seeing how everything's a lap weld, it should be pretty mint. I'm probably gonna do I'll stitch a bit of the inside and we'll try to weld the outside fully. That's kind of my plan. And then from there, I want to move over to trying to see if we can build a shelf that goes from here, somehow integrate up onto the top of there, or we just build a shelf in general in here that we can kind of get our window to go up against. I almost want it to go inside of here just a little bit, like a little bit recessed, just so, I don't know why. I just feel it's something I want, because this is almost like a drip rail, but it's not. Our glass will be like way inside, but anyways, for now, that is my loose game plan. If this all boogies pretty quick, maybe we'll try to start working on a header panel, try to figure that out, but my track record hasn't been working so great as far as getting everything done that I've been trying to do. So anyways, I'm gonna spark up the welder here and start giving her. so nice. I'm not going to bore you with too much of this, but this is just so awesome. Missed a little bit there. That's fine. Now I get a little spot here. This is why we did all the lap welds, just so I could burn through this in a hurry. It's warm, but it's not anything excessive. Like, I welded that whole thing. I can still put my hand pretty close, like I like to do with my spot welding, as long as I can hold it within an inch of there. So, I don't know. I'm happy with it. All right, let's keep going. Well, that boogied along pretty good. Everywhere we had spot welded, we got a little funk there, but that's okay. For the most part, this is welded probably a lot better than I was gonna do it if I had MIG welded it, because almost everything's got a full seam. We hit down here wherever I could get into, and then as soon as we get a gap, I can sort of do some stuff with the gaps, but it's not perfect. So this is all fine for where we are at. I think what I'm going to do, just because this thing's still all set up, is I'm going to pull the roof off and I'm going to just stitch even the inner side, or I don't know, the inside a little bit. Like, we'll kind of hit it, stitch it with that thing, and then that should just give us just some extra strength, because like this is just a half, like this is actually probably as strong as it needs to be, but seeing how we're lapped about a ½ inch, if we kind of stitch a few of those places, that'll just put a little more strength into everywhere. Other place I got a MIG, like around here, I can't do that stuff, so this is all gonna get MIG welded. Down here is gonna get MIG welded. You can see my top has a little bit of kind of walking, but it's not clamped in, so actually I don't have a clamp. I think inside of here, I probably have too much meat on here, so it's kind of fighting. I'll probably trim this back so it's not so much over. Like here, I kind of dig it actually, but I want some padding or something in there. It's not going to be steel on steel, so we'll have a little something in there. But I think I want to trim back this stuff a little bit just so it sits maybe an inch off of this edge all the way around. Then we can maybe even flare it a bit. But when the time comes, we're going to have to figure out, well, here we'll have a channel in there, so that'll be good. And then maybe this, yeah, I don't know what to do. I think we need more than that, but maybe not as far as to hold the lid. This is the back side of the cab, so there's not going to be, it's the front is going to be the most important. The back is pretty much just going to always want to be down. That thing shouldn't take much of anything to hold on. The front, that's a whole different ball game. But anyways, I'm going to go pop that thing off. We'll smack it on the bench here and we'll weld a little bit more. Then we'll throw it back on and I'm going to start building, well, maybe we'll take the glass out and I'm going to start messing with the channel to get it to roll up and be where I want it to be. We'll have to take the, yeah, we'll have to junk the glass, but yeah, that might be where we got to go next. Well now, that was a lot of welding. It's not very pretty. The laser sure does a nicer job than I can do in some of the spots, that's for sure. Anywho, well, I haven't done anything with the back window. Haven't figured out what I want to do there yet. I basically cut out the glass, figuring, oh, I'll just reshape that thing really quick, but these frames are, well, I think the amount of work, I don't know if I'm going to benefit out of making a new frame. That, and then I previously had done some trimming, and I realized I screwed up here, so I'm going to have to add some more steel to this because, well, when the glass rolls up, there's going to be a big old hole here. So Anyways, when this is up, the goal here is I'm gonna just try to follow this profile, but not quite that far. I'm gonna try to follow it down, and then we'll make the filler here kind of match up to said glass. The other side's the same way, so I clearly goofed when I did that, but that's all right. We'll make it when we do this. Well, most of this will probably come, how do I want to do this? Well, I got to make this come out. It's going to be like a square channel. I want to go up. Well, it's going to be like an L. It's going to sit here and go up. I feel it'll just give the roof some more strength, even though it's literally just welded to the inside. I don't know. In my head, it's going to give it more strength, so I'm going to do that. And it should be pretty easy to do. I think for the initial into here, I'm just going to bend some sheet metal. I'll do a measurement, see what I get. And then we're going to come up, I don't know what I figure, about half an inch up. Not even that, like 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. It's going to go above this, and I just want to stretch and shrink it till it follows this and comes down just behind the door here. So when this door closes, I guess this top is going to hang over the whole works here a little more than I thought it should, but it'll work for the glass, so we're going to do it. It is the plan. All right, well, I guess I have some chunks of sheet metal. I don't know if they're big enough, and then I have some other steel. I think I have some 16, and I'm wondering if I can actually cut on the plasma like 3 or 4 pieces and actually make this piece myself. I guess I could do it just with glass. I don't know now. Like the steel frame's kind of neat, but I could probably just do it with a piece of glass. I guess this will just make it stronger. If I put this trim over it, man, I don't really know that I need it then. If we're just doing a single piece. Now I'm just talking to myself. Let's just make the inner structure and then we'll figure the glass out later. It's not a big deal. Well, I was going to start doing some stuff. Then I realized I was looking at this and I see that I goofed. Have a look over here. My roof line, I'm happy with it. It's nice. Everything's good right there. And then this side, it doesn't have the same, I don't know, right around that area, it's got like, it just goes in. I kind of, like that one looks like I'm going to roll the window up. It's going to be nice. This one looks like I'm going to roll the window up and it's going to go past the side of the roof here. If you kind of see what I mean. This part right here is too far in. So somewhere in my farting around, I goofed. Not that big of a deal, I think. I think all I got to do is cut this weld and then this one here. And we just got to pull this material out so this can kind of come straight more. Like it needs to come out maybe an inch, I think. Basically pull it out, re-weld it. Should be good. On that note though, I've been distracted. As you can see, I've moved a whole bunch of, actually I went to my burn pad there and found a bunch of old grills. I got a bunch at the swap meet, but those are the couple over here, I think. And then these ones were just stuff I kind of salvaged. A couple are still good. A bunch of them are pretty much just wall hangers. We started hanging up our wishbones in the back here. I kind of did a shuffle, kind of reorganized some stuff. We threw a bunch of my metalworking along the back. I don't know if that's going to stay. Just kind of opening up the space a little more around here. What else did I do? I was playing with the mill. Well, not really playing, doing anything productive with it. What I did is I bought a power feed, and then I didn't really show any of this. But you can see I've added a power feed. I had to machine some stuff because, well, it basically didn't fit. It's not for this one. It's like one of these universal ones. It's a cheapie. I guess hindsight, I should have bought the one because now I know why this one doesn't really work, because this bed can only get this far. It's But it's nice. It's got a power feed. We got our limiting switch. At the end of the day, if I have to and I need to use the full bed, I can just take this thing off. So like I've had the limiting switches in there. I can probably get myself, you know, like another 4 inches or so. So I'm not really I'm not using the whole bed, but again, I can just unscrew this thing, take it off, and put the hand crank on if I need to do something that big. But with that said, I got whatever. It'll work. I mean, I looked at these and then I realized I seen one of these and they looked exactly the same, except they was sitting at this angle, and I didn't actually think about it till I was halfway into this, and then I was like, oh, dang. Oh, well, not a biggie. For the most part, I got the power feed. That'll all work. What triggered all of this was KBC Tools hit us up, like the sponsor of the channel. So they hit us up. We got a whole bunch of stuff from them. They basically got a whole bunch of milling stuff. So, you know, I got a fly cutter. Hold on here, I'll show you what I got. So we got a fly cutter, we got a clamp set. What else did I all get? I got some shims, like a centering indicator, because I plan to at some point adapt like a normal manual trans behind this thing, and we might have to do some modifying. So I've seen that Jonathan W do a whole bunch of those adapters, so I'm gonna see if I can figure this stuff out on my own. Just a bunch of stuff. So we're kind of got the milling side of this. Not that I know how to use it really, but I'm gonna learn. No different than the lathe. We had to do a bunch of modifying to make the wrong power feed fit on there, but we have it on. So I guess on this segue where I'm trying to go is KBC Tools, they sponsored us. They sent us a bunch of stuff for my mill. They also have a promo code for you folks. You got 10% off if you use Halfass Kustoms. I think you have to sign up, and I don't think the 10% works on machinery. I think that was what it is. But either way, you get 10% off. The code is good till the end of the year, so you got time to do some shopping and check out some stuff there. Have at her. For me, I got possibly be able to use my mill when I need it. For now, it'll probably be when I do the Model A or something, or who knows, I don't know. I'm just trying to set it all up that I'm not farting around and I can actually use it when I do need it. But anyways, yeah, check them out. So anyways, I'm gonna fix my boo-boo on the roof here because I have enough distractions done. I still have to clean some more stuff here, but we're close. Been doing a lot of cleanup in the shop until I do body work yet again, and then have to do that all over again. But okay, we're gonna cut that, we're gonna fix that, and then we're actually gonna start making that rounded lip that I talked about and I haven't actually got to yet. Doing the door edge. what have we done? I didn't actually do a lot yet. I got this corrected, so this is now in the zone where I want. So that's got that nice flow. It'll be poofier later, that's okay. We started this bottom chunk here, which is where my window is going to go against. Again, we're doing this in multiple pieces just because it's easiest for me to do. But we're going to start now is just, I was going to bend and do some fancy trickery to stretch and shrink and do something, but I think it's just easier that I'm going to go, I'm just going to take a flat piece and just get it to do what I want inside of here. And then, do I just do it flush? I didn't want to do it, but I'm now thinking I have a new plan how to sandwich everything. I think my plan here, we doodle this out. My plan is we'll pretend this is like the edge of my window, and we're going to weld in a little flange. So from an angle, you're going to see it's going to kind of go like yay, like if this is the top, this is going in. From there, we can kind of do an up, like inside, we're going to go here. I'm going to zap on an upper lip. What I want to do is take the vinyl and I want to be able to wrap it around. We can kind of glue it, but I would like to have a second piece that comes down to which we can put our rubber on, but I can run a screw through and then it'll kind of sandwich the vinyl in there. That's my thought, because then I just have an extra element of something that I feel better about, holding the vinyl all together. And then this channel can rest up against this rubber seal that I screw in, and this is like a removable piece that I can take out if I had to. I don't know why, but we're just going to make it a two-piece that way. Flushy flush, bunch of screws, glass buttons up to some kind of a rubber edge. That'll seal that up, and then we'll have to deal with the problem of this front part. But first things first, we got to get our windows the way I want, and then, well, we'll move on from there. Well, that worked well. I don't know that I'm gonna actually do the inner lip as of yet, but this is in here. It's got a lot of strength in there. I don't really know what I'm doing next here. I'm thinking I'm gonna at least try to cut these patterns and for my window, just to get the shape of the window done. And then I think I can come up with a game plan for the header in here. It's just an excessive amount of, like, I need to make that strong, because right now, you can imagine when this thing catches wind, it's just gonna try to blow that thing like a baseball hat with a big curve in it. All right, well, these are good. I guess the next thing I'm gonna do is I'll just pull the top off, and then I'm gonna take some of this wood stuff and try to make my window template. Oh, you know what I should do? Actually, is try to make this side window that I want. So I want it to go here, and I want it to just about come up to the top of this edge all the way around. We'll give it a good gap, kind of like this. We'll try to do it where there's a nice gap like that all the way around. That way I'll determine whether I'm going to leave it as, you know what, I think I really want to leave it with this steel frame. It'll just make the window so much stronger. Because chances are I'm going to do laminate glass. And, well, unless they can send it out and do tempered and it doesn't take too long. I don't know how much that costs to get that done. The laminate's usually pretty cheap around here. Okay, that's what we're doing first. We're gonna make this, we're gonna cut this rolled up window section first. I'll do both sides of that. Then we can take the top off and figure out the front glass. Alrighty, folks. Next day. I don't think I'm getting much done. Got to run some errands around town and stuff, but there we go. Got a little, well, I don't know if this window's fully up. I'm trying to keep a decent gap just so I can have a good rubber in there. This might be a little big, or I keep it. I'm not 100% sure on that. Had some struggles here because with the door latch, we don't have a proper track for this glass. And I would like to actually do this steel frame over the glass. So it, you know, it adds a little bit of meat to it, but it'll just protect the edge of the glass. I just have a problem where I always get them broken and stuff like that. Anyways, we did that. We did our windshield template, so this is all in, and then you can kind of see, I struggled a little bit because I made the center post really tall, and well, when I first cut it, my glass kind of went up into a peak, but now we have it measured. It's pretty even all the way across. It looks pretty square, but you can see the next step of our plan here. We got a lot of work to do. Open the door here. I'm happy with the way that this shelf worked out, but I think what I want to do, well, I talked about doing that and I didn't get to it, was making the edge, but like the shelf is kind of in place. I do want a little bit of a lip, just so I said I wanted to do that. I never did do it, but maybe you can see it better on this side. I like the idea of the shelf, but I don't want to cut myself, so we're going to do a small little 1-inch something over this. Yeah. This one's going to be interesting. Somehow I'm going to have to trim that side, the center post down, and I'm going to start just building, like, somehow I think I'm going to go flat across, build another shelf up here, like a header panel. It's going to go across that we can put a rubber that'll sandwich on top of the glass all the way across. Maybe if I do this thing going across, we'll be able to latch it in the middle and the sides. Not 100% how I'm doing that yet. All I know is I got to build, because of the angle of the way the post is, I got to build a ledge in there, and it's probably going to go here, hit the roof. This part needs to come back for strength. And then we got to figure a way that our vinyl is going to wrap around everything. This is the part now that I'm thinking about it. Well, mind you, this is not permanent. I think maybe this will come around here, more of a flow. I don't know. We'll make it up as we go here. We still have to do like work on this edge because we need to make a bottom under here. A track. We got to do a lot of stuff yet, but at least I could get my glass cut right now, but I'm not going to do that. But we'll at least have, this is what the glass will look like. We have all that going. I know at this point, lots of folks have been saying I should have kept going with the Carson top because it's lighter. You know what? To me, it's not very heavy. It's not any heavier. To me, the weight is not an issue. It's the awkwardness of the top. Like you've seen, looks like I struggle. Like I can lift the top very easily, but it's as a one person, it's just whether it's that top or this top, they're both going to be equally awkward to lift up because it's almost my full arm span to pick the top up and then try to drop it in the box. So I don't know what to say. I really wanted to do the Carson top, but I don't know. This doesn't bother me. This just kind of gets the shape I want. If I need it lighter, I could just cut out holes and everything else and then still do the chicken wire, but it's not that heavy. At least I don't think so. I'm not using like a heavy gauge steel. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just think things are lighter than they are. I have no idea, but overall it's working well. I was trying to mention that I had a Toyota or something like that I did a top like that. That was easier because the Toyota top was smaller, so it was easier to lift off. This one, like I say, I gotta reach edge to edge, and it's a little awkward. If you can go inside the truck, pick it up, that'd be fine, but then you still can't
get it into the box by yourself without probably destroying the paint while you're sliding it across things. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. To me, it's not that big of a deal. At least it holds the shape that I want. That's the big thing to me. And then if I did the other top, I don't know how I'd do the visor. I'm not sure how I would get a good seal around my windows and things that I want. I guess it'd be kind of the same process, but whatever. I'm doing what I know. And this is easy for me. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it works. I just want a really good seal when it's said and done so I can drive it into the fall and early spring and drive it in the rain and not get soaking wet. It would be super cool. Anyways, I think that is where I am going to leave this one. As always, folks, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.